What's up?
What's good, bro?
Yo. No, man, like, we're so bad at starting these. But okay, anyways.
Yeah, I mean, like, the starting is the worst part. After that, I think we
Yeah.
just get into the flow.
I don't really watch podcasts. How do people start them? Just like,
Yo, it's kind of weird, honestly. It's like, when Joe Rogan starts, his
yeah.
podcasts are like, he's so relevant that it
Mm,
doesn't matter how he starts.
true.
He just
True.
knows how to conversate. But when I watch that Flagrant, which is Andrew Skulls,
Mm,
bro, his podcast, I want to be like that, but that's like too much nice energy, too much of crackhead energy, and they start off with
yeah.
that crackhead energy.
Yeah.
But usually, I think people just introduce, man, hey, what's up, man?
Yeah,
This is
like,
what we're
what's up?
going to talk about, and then they start asking questions.
Hello, guys, welcome to my YouTube channel.
What?
And then all the, hello, guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. All
Yeah.
the
Welcome.
regular ones.
They have sponsors, okay? That's why it's
Yeah,
interesting.
true.
They be like athletic green, this, that, blue chew.
They like transition the sponsors into the video, and then they like introduce like that. Like, they start the thing like
Yeah.
that.
I mean, everyone has their different style. I like how Mike Tyson has it. It's like whenever you're at the climax of something, like, okay, this is the best part,
Yeah.
suddenly a hip hop kind of, beat starts playing, and it's
Ooh.
the sponsor, and then they
Oh,
start talking
yeah.
about the sponsor. That's like one of the best. It's just that, it's like, whenever you're on that point, he just cuts it off like, haha, no, you gotta listen to
Like,
the sponsor now.
oh yeah, it's like yeah. It's like a like suspense, like you not giving
Yeah.
into the like a cliffhanger.
Yeah, but man, these people, man, they're relevant. Okay, if we are not relevant,
We're not.
whatever we talk about, it's like we just don't know. Like,
Hmm.
even if we have the right opinions or something, it's just that we are not relevant enough like these people. So
True,
it's
true,
weird
true.
as fuck.
Anyways, today we're just freestyling, obviously.
I mean, like, not now, man. I'll see if I can freestyle.
Not freestyle as in freestyle rap, man. I'm like freestyle talking, freestyle conversation.
I'm sorry.
Listen. We're not. No. We're not gonna freestyle. Like, we need Tanvir for the freestyle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he does it like off the top kind of thing.
Off
He's
the
like,
top.
when he does it, it's like he
It's
doesn't
yeah.
even think twice. He says it, and it's like a spit, like a
It makes
fire
sense. It
game.
makes
Yo,
bars, straight bars.
man. Okay, so for the audience, Tanvir is not here because he had the dose for that vaccination and stuff, so
Yeah.
he's
He's
kind of
sick.
off. This is why we are just recording, random podcast. We
Yeah. Just
just
out of
try
nowhere.
to touch on the topics that we have been noticing in past month or so. The serious kind of topics, the non-serious
Yeah.
topics, everything. So
Everything.
for now, it's just that mocks are starting, so it's already a
Yeah.
very very weird
Very good.
aroma.
A lot of pressure.
You don't say that, okay? You
God.
study. You are
Okay,
good at
listen.
studying.
I legit have not studied for so long. Like, legit. Like, I haven't like properly studied for so long. I don't know, man. It's just not the vibe, Like this online stuff, like it
Yeah,
just like takes the whole like studying vibe away. You
yeah,
know?
man. I mean, like, whenever I remember that, since like year nine, or since year nine, I'd say
Yeah.
I've always looked up to someone for studying. In year
Hmm.
nine, it was Tawheed. Year 10, when Maz was there, he was like
Yeah.
an inspiration as well as competition. So it was
Sure.
like, just helping me and all that. Year 11 was just the fear of IGCSE. But
Hmm.
year 12, it kind of got messed up because even though when you had the motivation, it's just that you didn't have the exam. So you're not really in
Yeah.
that mindset anymore.
Everyone was just like, yeah, screw it. No one cares anymore.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, what I've just studied, I have learned so much out like from podcast and from other books than from school. It's just that I always end up in this question that does school really help me?
Yeah. True.
And it's very weird. I just don't know what to say about it. It's online classes, they mess with you mentally and you don't even realize. That's the worst part. You don't know where to start, where to end. You're just
And there's
there.
also the like, what's this? Your like sleep schedule. Like,
Yeah.
back then when I went to school, like we'd wake up exactly at this time. Like every day.
Yeah. Bro, we
Because
played
you had
basketball in the morning. Think
yeah, in the
about
mornings,
that.
we were active, we were fit, we were doing everything, you know.
Yeah.
And then now, like on Sundays, I wake up at like 10, and
Fam.
then the next day I wake up early in the morning because like we have a direct class. Like it's so
Yeah.
different, and like
And somehow teachers just think that just because you are at home, it means you don't have any life out of school.
yeah,
I mean, I need to tell them, Miss, I have a YouTube channel to handle, Miss. Please try to understand.
Bruh, they ain't gonna understand it.
Well, they just
I think
want to
that's
shove in work for you.
like I mean, not everyone, but a lot of like older generation people have a trouble understanding like their like times have changed now. Like career isn't reduced to just doctor engineer. Like people can genuinely make a lot of money in
And
like other ways, a lot of other ways.
this is
Like
something I have noticed. Sorry, did I cut you off?
yeah. Okay, anyways, I'll just finish up quickly
Yeah.
before you. Like for example, if you take like gaming, professional gaming, right?
Yeah.
I cannot tell you like the amount of like articles and stuff or like just YouTube videos there are like pointing out adults that are like people actually make money from this. Like they're surprised. Like they're saying it's not an actual job. And there are kids out here, literal kids like our age, making millions and millions of dollars
Yeah.
just like playing games. Like people really like struggle. Like they can't fathom like the idea that
I'm
you can do other things.
Yeah, but honestly, what is a real job at this time? Like,
True.
here's what I question. Let's say you are working, 9 to 5, whatever. You're an office, you
Yeah.
just go to office, do that laptop thing, whatever.
Yeah.
One day you just go to the office, boss is like, man, because of COVID, bad economy, blah, 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 here's your letter, just get out of the office. He doesn't
Yeah.
have to think twice because he's just thinking in a sense of, labor, no labor, I need this
Yeah.
person, I don't need this person. So he
Yeah.
literally just, cuts you off. So is that a real job? Is that a secure job?
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah, I mean, this is quite literally why they say that you shouldn't have just one stream of income. It should be
Hmm.
like multiple streams. A man
Same.
should have at least 7 streams of income.
Seven. Jesus.
7. And
Fair enough. Actually.
7, it's because if you have just one stream of income, then you're just one step away
Yeah.
from poverty.
You need like it's really easy if you have like a passive income.
Hmm.
Like I think like the more I like grow older, the more I like start to enjoy not enjoy. I start to accept the idea more that having a business is the only way to be like really truly stable in life. Like you either have to be like you either have to be like a doctor or something. But the thing is, being a doctor, like you have to be like a certain type of person. You need to
Hmm.
enjoy that
Yeah.
style. Anyone can start a business with anything they want, right?
Here's how I'll put it for you. Nawal, he's like an entrepreneur and all of that.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, so whenever we think of businessmen, we
Hmm.
simply just think, okay, yeah, he plays with money, brokers, and stuff like that. We don't
Yeah.
see that they also acquire a lot of skill sets that
True.
they don't show necessarily. Like
Yeah.
Elon Musk, bro, he is like Iron Man in real life. Do you think he does not have any idea of what science and business is? He's like, to people, he's
Yeah.
known as this entrepreneur, businessman. It's
He's
because he
smart.
has these skills, these skills.
Yeah, he has a lot of skills.
Here's how I put it, my dad always says that, Atif, you know what, you can do whatever you want in future, but make sure you have at least one skill acquired. So he's like,
Yeah.
let's just say you study this sort of engineering, let's say mechanical for now.
Hmm.
So studying mechanical engineering is not going to get you the job necessarily, but
Yeah.
what it's going to do is that if you don't get a job, you can at least do something for yourself because you have such skills. If you have worked in a garage, you know how a car works, you understand
Yeah.
how to fix a car. So you
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
necessarily need a job. You can open your garage, provided you've managed to get that sort of money or something to
Yeah.
get started. Basically, you can do it. So, and also it's literally like, I've seen that our generation, like you, me, and this specific generation, at least,
Yeah.
we don't care about money.
Yeah.
I have never, like, okay, not never, but for the most part, the people I hang out with, the people I see around me, they
We
do
rarely
not,
ever talk about money.
they
Ever.
barely stress on money. Like, okay, yes, they know how to spend it, they know how
Yeah.
to not spend it, when to spend it. They have this idea, okay, yeah, you know what, this is gonna be problem for me, no problem for me.
But it's not like the most important thing.
Yeah, like our parents, they're like, if you're successful, that's like basically have a good job.
Yeah.
But like, I've seen that our generation, it does not have that mentality, which I really love because it is just one step towards creativity.
And this is thing that I was like thought about like uh they say like don't like start relationships at a young age and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, but I never understood that because I think it's like when a bond is like the purest, probably. Like you
Hmm.
don't okay. People say like okay, you still don't understand things, but like when you go into adulthood and you have all these problems, you start to look at other things. Like that's when people start considering things like money.
Hmm.
That's when you start looking at someone and you're like, okay, does this person have a good job?
Yeah,
Does
yeah.
this person have a stable income? Does this person have like this and that? But like when you're young and you don't have that much things to focus on, you just like a person for them.
Yeah,
Like you can say like it's hormones, it's whatever, but at the end of the day you like someone for them because you enjoy being around them. I think
yeah.
that's
True,
is
true,
like
true.
it's really pure.
Yeah.
And like, people really don't give it enough credit, which is I always found that weird. I always found that weird.
Like, okay, here's how I think of it. When you, like, I think this is the fine line you draw between a relationship and a marriage kind of thing.
Mm.
Like, let's say I'm in this relationship. I'm not, but I'm just saying I'm in this
Yeah,
relationship
yeah.
with someone, and I like them, and I don't care, what their ambitions are, blah blah blah. I like them for them, whatever it is.
Hmm.
Okay, I don't care if they make money, and for now, I might just say that I do not care if you make money, if you don't make money, blah blah blah. But when you go into that adulthood, that marriage zone, where it's like, you know
Yeah.
what, now it's time to settle with this specific partner. Not necessarily, but okay, it's time to, get that at least.
Hmm.
At that time, you're not thinking just a lover, you're thinking a partner as well. You're
Yeah.
thinking someone who can team up with you. Things.
Especially if you have like children, like you need to be able to support them.
Yeah. Now, I don't want to sound really sexist here, but this is in the culture. So
Mm.
it's literally like when in our culture, at least in Pakistan, here's the thing:
Yeah.
there's a lot of arranged marriage. It's like the family does not necessarily look at what the guy has been through, blah blah blah, what his
Mm.
ambitions are.
Yeah.
They usually look at these specific things. How is he, mannered? Does he know basic human things? He's
Mm.
just not, coming in here and screaming, swearing, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
His family background, is it okay? Is it decent, like, any other family? Is their reputation in the society? Like, these are the things they look at, and they mainly, for the guy, they usually just look at the money. How much
Mm.
money does he make?
Yeah.
Because they know by the end of the day,
What his job is or whatever.
even if the guy is not compatible for their daughter, for their sister, they just
Yeah.
know that if he makes money, at least he won't sleep hungry.
Yeah. This
So,
like in Asian culture, it's yeah, and the man is usually looked for like to work and provide and whatnot.
yeah. So, in a certain way, I like that idea that at least, you're getting that sort of assurance. But
Mm.
at the same time, it gets very toxic on a large scale when people don't
Yeah.
think about other factors. So,
I mean, to be honest, I,
mm,
I I very much like the Western way of thinking. Listen, I don't care, okay, what anyone says. If I
yeah.
can stay at home and take care of the kids and
Hmm.
cook, listen, listen, my wife can be the woman in the house. I don't care. Listen, if I get to chill the whole day with the kids and then cook food, hey, that's a life. I don't understand what people have problem with that. Like that's so easy life. That's an easy life. Like just give me
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
It's
I
simple.
love that. I love that, but at the same time, it's not like personally in me it's not there, like
Mm,
not because of oh, society will think bad of me, blah blah blah. I do
yeah.
not care in that sense, but to a certain point you have to care, when you because you have to put society into the equation. You cannot just take it off the equation and think life is good. No, that's not
Mm,
how it works. So you need to put society into the equation, but let's just say, for the argument's sake, the society is not into the equation.
mm,
Sitting at home, that is not for me. I am the kind of person who just likes going out, who likes exploring.
yeah,
I
yeah.
do all of this for my art, blah blah blah. So me personally, it's just not in me. But anyway, so that's my personal view. But here's the thing: people put society into the equation because it is important, even though it's not something you should or it should matter. It's just that society looks at, okay, man of the house, he needs to earn.
Yeah.
Does not have to be true, but when it's there, you need to consider it,
Mm,
because here's the thing, humans, it's like we can go way way back, into the caveman vibe. Even then there was societies, they had certain, roles into the
Yeah,
society. They A man was the, protector, the this that, the woman was this that. By the end of the day, there was this certain sort of roles that were set for people. Now
yeah,
of course, time changes, your mentality changes, the roles change. I don't think it fit. Basically what I'm trying to say is that with a man, it does not fit. I'm not saying that this means that women should sit at home or the man
mm.
cannot cook. He can and he should. Okay, I'm not trying to be
Uh,
sexist here.
you know what Ava says? Like, everyone should, like, both should be in the kitchen because there's food there.
Yeah,
That's what.
no, do whatever you have to do, you should do. If you have to clean, Atif, get up and clean. That's the
Yeah,
thing, right? I'm not trying to say that it has to be that a woman has to clean or blah blah blah, but I don't think it fits because genetically, because of all that time, big back, since caveman time till this
mm,
time, it is not in us. Now, a lot of people may deny, and it's cool because with time, a lot of things change.
yeah,
But by the end of the day, I I think it's from a book, The Way of Men or something.
mm,
I saw a YouTube video basically, and in that he explains, he summarizes this book. In that he's like, men feel weird and all of that. It's because back in the day we used to have certain challenges. We had to do something for the
yeah,
tribe.
yeah.
We
I remember
had
you
to
telling
do,
me like something like
yeah.
that.
So it's like genetically we're not coded to just sit at home and do nothing. It will itch us.
I didn't mean do nothing. I mean, I'm lazy, but I'm not that lazy.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, be the what do you call it? Like, let's say for instance, like, um, we have, like, you have children, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, I wouldn't mind stopping my work to take care of the kids and letting my wife work. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Like,
no, you shouldn't
I
mind
wouldn't
that.
mind that.
You
Yeah,
should, as
yeah,
like as a man, it does not make you that, oh, children not my responsibility. No,
yeah,
bro, you literally had them, when you were doing the good stuff, you planned that shit, right? So it's in your responsibility as well. So you have to. But at the same time, it's just that men specifically, I don't think many men just feel that they the only thing they can do is sit at home, take care, clean house. They need to get out. It's in the DNA.
yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say, and it might sound very sexist or something, but I'm just not good at explaining this.
I mean, that's the thing I said. Like, I don't understand. Like, I mean, I you just explain it now, but I mean, like, damn, if you can live easy in it. Like, that's all I'm saying. I mean, maybe I'm just lazy. Maybe I'm just lazy. I don't know. Like, I'm
Yeah,
just lazy.
yeah, here's the thing. I mean, look, I'm not trying to say that, this person should do it like this or should do it
Yeah,
like that. It's just that specific things, they fit and they don't fit. And it's not because we choosing to, be sexist or misogynistic or blah, 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 blah. It's just that it's there in the DNA. And you might argue that over time, in like next decade or so, it might even change because a lot of things that are now normal were not normal
uh,
back then. So it's like shit changes. Of
yeah.
course it can, and if it does, it's okay, it's cool. But as for now, it's not in us to really just sit at home. Does not mean you cannot, you should, because as with time you have to change as a person. You have to understand what's there, what's not there. I wouldn't mind if my partner works. At the same time, I know that it's not in me to just sit and do just course. I can do course and then get out of the house and do something. If I don't, I'll feel weird as fuck. I'll just won't
Mm.
feel normal.
About, like, the genetic thing you said,
Yeah,
some of it is kind of weird. So the thing is, like, in okay, let's say, like, we're going back to caveman times. So
yeah,
the reason women were the gatherers and the caregivers were because the other primary role was hunting, right? And hunting was done by men.
yeah,
They were, like, physically stronger.
yeah,
But, like, if you translate that to now,
yeah,
where a lot of things don't require things that require manual labor, you usually see men, right?
yeah,
Like laborers, you see men.
yeah, yeah.
But if it's something that comes down to, like, intelligence, then it
Hmm.
doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
Because then, like, if you're a wife, if you have a choice, right?
Hmm.
If let's say this is a weird situation, it's not going to happen, but if it's a situation where only one of you can work, and your
Yeah.
wife is more intelligent than you and more fit and capable for a higher income job,
Yeah.
then no matter what you feel about it, objectively, she's the better choice.
Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
doesn't matter what genetically or blah 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 blah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't matter because objectively, she's just better fit to work. You get
That's
what I'm saying here? Like
yeah. I totally
compared
agree
to
with.
back then, the genetic stuff doesn't really matter much. Is what I'm saying.
Here's the thing, look, it does not matter. That's something I agree with 100%, right? It does not matter what's there genetically. I'm just saying that it plays a part into the
Yeah.
society. It's like
True.
back then men were supposed to protect, men were
Mhm.
supposed to hunt, and they had this specific role in the society, which was that either they're good at this or this, and these specific were specifically for men.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing you
So
said about like challenges and stuff, like they
yeah,
had to.
challenges, craft, and there was one more. I don't know. I don't remember anymore. Anyway,
Uh,
so anyway, so here's the thing.
big contest.
Since that was there from so long for thousands of years, it's
Yeah,
just
it's like
in us.
hardwired.
Yeah, it's hardwired in us. So I'm not saying that it's right or it's wrong. That's not the argument. I'm just saying that as a
Yeah.
man, you just wouldn't feel right, and it should not stop you from letting the woman out of blah, blah, all of that. But it's just that it's there, so it needs to be considered that okay, why is mentality like that? Why does the society function a certain way?
Hmm.
Because if you go to Pakistan, my friend, or any Pakistan, India, Sri
Yeah,
Lanka, these specific
I know
countries,
for sure. To the
yeah,
Asian, nah, this time.
these countries, if the man does not work,
Rest in peace.
he's just
Rest in
a
peace.
piece of shit. That's what he is. So
But then,
it's
like, there's all kinds of work. Like, if I'm a writer, I'm gonna stay at home. Like, what am I gonna do?
yeah. Even no, even as a writer, honestly, if I don't go out, I don't feel like I can
I mean, you
write.
can go out, man. You can go out.
No, I mean out as in out of my ways of trying every other thing.
What will you try? Huh? What will you try?
Like I'll tell you. So,
Construction work. I'm gonna
huh?
try construction. I'm gonna
Bro,
write. I'm gonna do poetry while doing construction work.
bro, it seriously takes experiences that really just change the way you look at things.
True.
Like a simple okay, here's the thing, a lot of my motivation comes from rap songs, right?
Mm.
So
Yeah.
even when I write, a lot of people feel like, Atif, you could rap, but
Mm.
here's the thing, I'm not a rap.
Yeah, you're not a rapper.
Anyway,
I'm not a
so
rapper.
I realized whenever I'm having a art block,
Mm.
all I need is a new artist to try. I try new artists. Now I won't try to copy his wordings or his rhyme scheme and all of that. I won't try to do that. It's just that when I'll start looking at things from his point of view.
Mm.
Like one artist says that, oh, my life was like this, she left me, blah blah blah. The other artist says, my life is like this, I leave people, they don't leave me. you know so there's a
Yeah.
shift in perspective when
Yeah.
I kind of look at the world from their eyes, from their perspective.
Mm.
It helps me write. So
Yeah, I get
this
that.
is this is just example for music, but I've noticed that whenever I try new things out, it's easier
You
for
get
me to write.
yeah.
Yeah. So it has to do, when I say I want to go out, it's usually just try a lot of things, do new things, and just get out of my
Mm.
comfort zone.
Yeah.
If I don't do that, I can't write. And at the same time, you have to sort of this is just another thing, you have to be very protective about your space,
Mm.
like your bubble, the people you hang around with, the people
Yeah.
you allow in your life, because a lot of times if something goes wrong, it literally messes with your mind way too much.
True.
And okay, this is what I've noticed. Whenever I'm, like if it fucks with your mind and you cannot write, it fucks with you more because you cannot write.
Yeah. Like it's like a double.
Yeah. So you really need to be, very specific about whom you hang around with, whom you
Mm.
don't hang around with. There's that, blah, blah, blah. So it's weird. It's weird, but it's true. It's the curse of creativity.
It's a good, of course.
Like, so there's this very, famous example. If it's of an
Okay.
artist.
Oh yeah, you told me this one. We were in the. I think you told me
Yeah, I did.
the
Anyway,
female
so
artist, right? That was like
yeah, yeah,
she had
yeah.
like depression. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like her depression was her key to great art, and as soon as she got her depression treated, she couldn't write the way she did, and whatever new thing she wrote, the people did not like it
Mm.
because they were not used to this artist. So she was just
Yeah.
like, you know what, I'll just stop the writing. I'll
Yeah,
just
because it's
not
just
write anymore. I'm content with how I am. I don't want to get it, but it's like, you need that certain amount of dysfunction to be a good artist.
I, th-
It's sad, but
I
it's
think it's
true.
like I think like it was like her writing was her way of um like letting out her emotions, like
Yeah,
whatever she was feeling.
coping up with things,
Coping,
man.
yeah. So
Every
when she no longer needs it, it's
Yeah.
different.
So this brings me to two things, honestly. One is that this means that every other human out there is an artist, and artist does not necessarily mean someone who writes, sings, or draws.
Yeah,
It can be someone who does good math.
someone who just
Albert
creates.
Einstein was a mathematician, and people be like, that was a work of art, man. The way he
Yeah,
thought about
yeah.
it and
Where he
everything.
thought.
So that's art again. So every other human being is an artist, and then the second thing is that we all need to, so this is something I was going to talk about when I said Naval mindset, which is that in future
Yeah.
we will come to the point where it will be like I will be known for my creativity. I will do my job accordingly, and I'll stop it whenever I want. So
Mm,
it's like, let's say there is this society, Atif,
mm.
Tanveer, Vihanga, Tawheed, Fatima. These specific people. Everyone is there in it.
Yeah.
Okay, these are the people I've worked with. These are the names I remember.
Hmm.
Anyway, so it's like Vihanga needs something. He just goes to Atif.
If I'm gonna need something, I'm gonna get it
Yeah,
straight up.
he tells Atif, you know what? Write something for me. I'll pay you this much. I write it for you. You pay me. Boom, transaction done. Nothing else. Now I can go
Mm,
back to my work, my life in general. I have the
yeah.
money. I can do whatever with it. Same with me. If I want to go and ask for something, I go to Tawheed. I say like, man, I'll pay you. And this individual kind of transaction will be like,
Mm,
people will be known for only for their creativity,
yeah.
and this will help humanity. It's like in future basically all the non-creative jobs will be just taken away, just like
Yeah.
how we say there are no jobs, blah blah blah. So basically the non-creative jobs will be taken away, and all we'll be left with is creativity and our
Creative.
authenticity.
Mm.
Then it's like, you are good at writing, you like writing, this is something special about you. You will get paid for it.
It's like anyone ever who's been like remembered in like as a legacy, like
Hmm.
they're all they're all creators. They've made something new.
Humans
Like
came into
like
this
you're
world
never
for
gonna have someone that's remembered in history for being able to being able to solve math problems. But for someone that can create an entirely new mathematical concept, they'll
Mhm.
be remembered in history. So like you need to be able
Yes,
to create, like people remember
yes.
you for creativity, yeah, not for being able to complete a task.
Yeah, that's like humans came into this world for creativity.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing: when I say art is the future, creativity is the future, this is something I believe in big time, and
Mm.
it's because since I said that all the non-creative jobs will be taken away,
Yeah.
so it's just that all you'll be left with is this creativity. You will have to be authentic after a certain point in time,
Mm.
and those people who were the creatives, you can say they were bad people, good people, and you can have that opinion, but by the end of the day their art is literally that made them immortal in a way.
Yeah.
So all that you remember is something artistic about them.
Yeah.
So it just fascinates me that this is also a theory that I wanted to discuss.
What?
Art is the key to immortality. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. You speak on it, and then, yeah, I also had to. I just now had this thought, like about this.
Look, I don't know how I'll make sense out of it, but someday I will. But art has to be the key to immortality,
Mm.
which is because everyone dies. Their legacy after a certain point, it's like it just fades away. People
Yeah.
don't remember them much. But even if not everyone remembers it, even if a certain amount of people remember them, it's because of their work, not because, oh my god, Rumi was a great person, man, my friend. No, they remember him because of 40 Rules of Love or whatever book he wrote.
Yeah.
Rumi wrote that, right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I was just confused. What if it's another author or something?
No.
Yeah, so people remember the person for their art. So it's like they died. Whatever happened just happened, but they put their soul into this art. They gave this piece of paper life,
Mm.
and this is something that lives even after thousands of years.
Yep.
You wanted to say something?
Like this is like a weird concept, right? What if we exist, right? Like we're here right now.
Hmm?
Like what gives us life is literally like the thoughts of others, kind of, right? Like let's say um, because people remember us, right? What if
Yeah.
that's like literally what it is? So like you know me, right?
Hmm.
You remember me, Tanvir. Like I have a lot of friends, so I'm here right now.
Yeah.
So like okay, wait, to make it simpler. So there's this idea, right? Like old gods, right?
Yeah.
And like let's say in like Greek gods, right?
Okay.
So the idea is that back when Greece was a thing, like Greece was still strong, powerful.
Yeah.
It was an empire, huge empire, and people prayed to the gods every day.
Hmm.
They were much more powerful because
Okay.
people believed in them. They prayed to them. That was their power. Like the people were their power. And over time, when like Greece collapsed, blah blah blah, time ran on, and people stopped praying. The gods got weaker, and then eventually disappeared because no one remembers them anymore.
Yeah.
What if, in the same way, you could literally exist, right? As like, just think about it. Just think about it. What if people remember you enough? Like, what if everyone in the world knows you?
Now, okay, so here's the thing. This brings me to two things again. Okay. Now, wait, you there?
Yeah, and
Okay, two things. So, one is a very, scientific. Both are basically scientific, but I'm just
okay.
trying to. It might just sound too much, too superficial or something.
Mm-hmm.
So, basically, Brian Greene, okay,
Okay.
great scientist, he says that protons might have, um, what do you call it, consciousness.
Conscious. Ooh.
Yeah. Now it's not going to be like human like consciousness. Oh, I want to go there. Oh, I want to do this. It would be a very minute amount of consciousness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
like proton
Very small.
level consciousness.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you think about it, what is a proton? It's hydrogen. Okay. Like that's how we put it, right? Hydrogen is a
Yeah.
proton.
Hydrogen. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if he meant like specifically proton or if he meant hydrogen, but I think he meant hydrogen in the podcast.
Hmm.
So think of it this way. He says that consciousness is basically accumulation of a lot of protons at once. Okay.
Okay.
Now, me, hydrogen is the most abundant element in the universe.
Yes, sir.
So basically, you are a lot of hydrogen. I am a lot of
Hydrogen.
hydrogen. We both are a lot of proton. So the only thing that's similar for us is consciousness. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when I die, they say, now, when they say in the mythical way that your soul leaves your body and this
Hmm.
happens, basically, when you decompose these hydrogen particles that were in place of your consciousness, they are the ones that leave you. And now
Yeah.
they're in the air. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, this is one thing. The second thing is it's just a fact that they say that, I may have breathed in some dead one's breath so many times because
Hmm.
when they die, since they're just everything is in the air, they have decomposed, blah blah blah. So
Yeah.
basically, the kind of air someone else has breathed, I may have breathed it too.
Okay.
Okay. So when I just try to connect these dots, it just makes me feel like, okay, maybe where. And also the fact that even protons have a specific amount of lifetime. After a
Yeah.
certain amount of time, they will just collapse into nothing.
Hmm.
Okay, even smaller particles.
Yeah.
So it is safe to say that after a certain point in time, the whole Earth, the whole universe basically will collapse.
Will collapse. Yeah.
Yeah, will collapse into nothing. We don't know if universe will end before that, but we just know that since protons have a lifetime, so after a certain point, these protons will collapse. Basically, the whole universe will collapse and
Everything. Yeah.
everything will collapse. So the only thing that will remain in the universe is thought.
True.
And that idea just kind of fascinates me
That's
so much,
yeah.
man. It just makes me feel so weirdly
Weird. Yeah. Every
and
time, like,
also interested, like, whoa,
man, existential like thoughts are like weird. Like they hit you hard.
they hit you really hard. So, and also, man, okay, I can keep on talking about these topics. That's the thing, You need to
True, true,
stop
true.
me. You need to be
There's
like,
a lot.
Atif,
There's a lot.
let me speak, man. I am also in the podcast, bro.
No problem, no problem. I mean, it's like there is a lot to say, to be
Yeah,
honest.
there's just a
Like
lot to say.
this idea of like living on in like as info, not information, like transferring your consciousness to like like a different body, right?
Yeah,
So it's always seen as like um, living as information or putting it to a robot or something like that.
yeah, yeah.
There's this in a story that I read,
Uh-huh.
one of the characters who are like really important to their mission, basically against whatever they're facing. He gets killed off like really early, right in the story,
Say,
and the general, the person that assembled them, he genetically clones his body and then transfers the consciousness back into the new body. So it's
hmm.
basically him.
Yeah,
It's a genetic clone of him with the consciousness.
say.
So imagine if we got to a point where we could genetically clone someone
I don't think
perfectly.
that point in time is far.
Maybe, who knows?
Yeah, you know
And then you
how,
just transfer the consciousness.
yeah,
Khalas.
Khalas, yeah, that's simple.
Khalas. Easy
USB
peasy.
device, na?
USB device just work.
Yeah, okay, so you know how freaking Elon Musk,
Yeah.
he said that he's creating this whole trying to create a basically, they're trying to put on chips in our brains.
Yeah, I saw this.
Yeah, it's like for
I
motor
saw a
skills and all
meme.
of that. But
Yeah,
that is like the surface level thing, you could say. Motor
true.
skills, bad. You cannot move your limb. Now we connect the chip. You can move it now.
Khalas.
Khalas, done. But like, this is just one way of looking at it. What if
Yeah,
it is to literally just monitor all of humanity? Like after a
everyone.
certain point, what if certain things like these chips, they become a certain rule that as soon as the baby is born, they need to have this chip.
To have the chip, yeah.
We are talking in a span of like, let's say, 20 years, 30 years, we would have all the humanity in the radar.
Yeah, pretty much.
That is one way to look at it. Now the other way is that, okay, that is like another way, and the another way is that what if we could literally have a Charles Xavier kind of thing?
True.
Like this specific person or this specific group of people, they can literally control everything that goes into your mind, every
Yeah,
other thought in your mind. Is that evolution for humanity though?
yeah, is it? You know?
Because before, each individual was thinking for himself, by himself, and all of that, right?
Yeah,
But now every other human is just one whole thing. So this brings me back to the whole thing that when everything collapses, the only thing that will left is thought.
thought,
So, what if this whole connection of humanity is just another step towards the thought?
thought, yeah,
Like, for humans to be regarded as gods, you just need that connection.
yeah.
Next step to humanity is Elon Musk's link.
The what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, like let's say like mind reading powers, right?
Yeah,
So thoughts are neurons, right?
yeah,
It's let's say so like you said in 20, 30 years, whatever. Everyone has chips in their head,
yeah,
right? Yeah, that's a direct connection to the brain. What if someone has the master chip that can read the neurons, that's flowing in every brain, and
yeah,
he can process that information that you're basically a mind reader.
yeah. So,
You're basically a mind reader.
I mean, like, it's not something new. Scientists are trying to convert thoughts into binary, right?
Hmm?
The scientists, they're trying to convert thoughts, like whatever you think, since they're just electrical impulses,
Yeah.
whatever you have felt, whatever you feel, since they are all electrical pulses, they're trying to convert that into binary for just converting consciousness. So it's not something new. Hello.
Yeah, yeah, sorry. Um, yeah, it isn't something new. I mean, oh man, the thing is like technology and like it's advancing, but it kind of makes you wonder like what's happening behind the scenes. Like how much has it advanced that we don't know about? Like we don't know
Yeah,
what they're doing. Like there's so much money that people have. Like this money has to be going for something. They
Yeah,
had to be using it for something.
it's not just Rolls Royce and mansions, man.
Yeah, they had to be using it for something.
I mean, like, you know how, so the secret society things, right? A lot of
Yeah,
people are
yeah.
like, yeah, it's just a fantasy, it's not true.
Illuminati. Yeah,
But like, not really. I feel like I personally I do believe that there must be some sort of higher order going around us.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Why not?
And
Honestly.
you know when US released that UFO things sightings,
Mm. Yeah.
after that I'm like very, it's like it's not something that surprises me if that is true. It's
Mm.
simply that, okay, so basically they released these videos which they captured like years ago,
Mm.
and right after
Yeah.
that we start noticing in Pakistan so many freaking sightings. And like these sightings are authenticated, like a pilot is doing that, and it's like, okay, yeah, these are the things we don't know about and we can see them. So
Mm.
they saw that 8 to 10 years ago, they're seeing it now. So a connection to, like just saying, what if aliens have visited us? They have they have this specific higher order which
Yeah.
controls everything below them, and that below them controls everything below them, and
Below
then
them,
comes
just
countries. Yeah, so
hierarchy.
it could be literally like, pyramid kind of shit.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
a higher order, I feel like it is very much, likely kind of thing.
I mean, the thing is, like, people can deny it, but I mean, we wouldn't know. We wouldn't know. Like, it's just like, puppet masters, like strings being pulled. We wouldn't know. We wouldn't ever know.
Yeah,
It's not possible for us to know because it just happens at like a weird little. I
yeah.
mean, we already are being controlled. Like, we'll do whatever
That
the law
free
says.
that
Like,
free will thing.
if the government was like, the law is this, then like tomorrow, then we'd have to follow it because we don't have the power to deny that. So
Man,
that's, yeah,
just do
and that
protest,
order
man.
could be coming from anywhere.
Just do protest. It helps
Let's
now.
do protest. Yes, yes.
We'll go out of the house. We'll do it. Halas, done. I mean, it helps. Okay, like that. So the Black Lives Matters thing, right? That was a huge protest.
Huge.
So here's the thing that we learned, which is that no matter how strong the government is or
Yeah.
whatever the control the person in authority is,
Mhm.
when people just unite as one and do something, they don't have power over you.
Yeah. I mean, having people is power.
Yeah,
Like, you
having,
don't have, if everyone in the nation goes against you, there's no point.
yeah,
You can,
literally.
yeah,
It's a very, I talked about this in Tawheed's podcast. It's like a dictator. If he really wants to be the most powerful, he needs to control every other source of data and knowledge that goes around the country. If he can just make people not unite at one time, then he can be the most powerful.
yep.
What?
Like, uh, what was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? Wait, what were we talking about right before this? We were talking about
Proton thing?
protest. Yeah,
Protest. Okay,
there's
proton.
a proton. That's close enough. That's close enough.
Yeah.
Um, so that's the thing that I was like, I was gonna tell you, and I was specifically keeping it for the podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know if I don't think I've mentioned it, but anyways. So you know how Johnny Lucas has a song, right? I'm not racist.
Yeah.
So in that, there's one specific line, and it's like uh, screaming, "All lives matter."
Hmm.
That's a protest to my protest. What kind of shit is that? There's a line. There's a word.
Yeah, yeah, I get it. I get it.
And
Okay.
like I see it so much. Like now that I've like paid attention to the lyrics more,
Hmm.
I see it so much everywhere. Like whenever any like messages put up, right?
Yeah.
There's always people going like kind of trying to add on to it. Like I saw this post where it was like about rape, and it was like yeah, it said protect your daughters, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it was cut out, and it was like educate your sons. That was the point of the post, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Educate your sons, like that was the point. And everyone in the comments is like, why don't you just do both? Do both. And I'm like, are you getting the point of the thing, right? Like if you took it as one statement, and now
Yeah.
you guys are saying another statement and making it look like the first statement is irrelevant,
Hmm.
you're protesting their protest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like
It's
people do it all the time. Like people try to add on to it, and it just like takes the message away. Like obviously, yeah, all lives matter, but this is one thing. If you want to do something, like go do your own thing. Don't you know clash onto this. It's kind of weird.
if they do their own thing, that's also a weird thing. Which is like, oh, so your focus is this right now. This is the problem, but you're focusing on that one, huh?
Man.
Man, it's like people like to add on to things, and they doesn't necessarily add on to the conversation. They just want to put it out there.
Yeah,
It's like, you know, the whole conversation that, let's just say for the sake of argument, a boy, he gets molested or something.
yeah,
Okay, and he tells the world that, look, this happened to me, I feel bad about it.
yeah,
And the girl literally goes like, oh, it's fuck you, man. Women face through that all of the time.
yeah, yeah.
97% of the women face it
Basically, yeah,
all of
that's
the time,
basically it.
right? Now, okay, understood. Here's the thing, does that really help the boy?
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't.
He will later on just try to fight that again. It's like, it's not and same with the female thing. I'm not trying to say that, oh,
It's the
this is
same
male
with
case.
like when like women try to like
Yeah,
or anyone tries to like you know put a message out against rape,
yeah, yeah,
and then there's just like a oh man, there's this like weird like bunch of boys that are just like okay, men get raped too, and I'm like, listen, what? That's not the point.
yeah,
That's not
exactly,
the point, right?
exactly,
We
literally
know
that.
that. We know that. That's true. Fine. Then you can put out your own message, right? Men get raped, prevent male rape, whatever.
Yeah,
Why are you coming here and protesting our protest? Like, what's the what you don't gain anything from it. It doesn't add to anything. You're just making the conversation harder, more difficult.
I feel like,
It's
so I brought the boys thing right now, even though I could have brought in said the girls thing, which would make
it's
a
the same.
lot
It's the
more
same.
sense. But I just wanted to bring awareness to the point, because now when I
Yeah.
said boy, people will listen more and be like, why does he have to include that? Now people just heard what I had to say.
Yeah.
Anyway, so here's the thing. I think it comes a lot from the frustrations that people just
Mm,
don't get to let out anywhere, so they find whatever place they can to just
yeah.
throw it in there, whatever they're frustrated about.
Yeah.
I have been there. Not saying that I have said anything against rape or something, because back then I just didn't know. These are the topics I've been newly educated to. I'll say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Been a year or two before this,
Yeah.
I
Same.
just
Same.
did not really had any light shed onto me for this specific topic, right? But like, I have noticed that whenever I was frustrated and I wanted to let things out and I couldn't,
Yeah.
I would always put on my shit into others' topics for no reason.
Yeah.
Is that seeking validation? I don't know. If that's really something I wanted to do, I don't know. It's just that since I was frustrated, I put it out there. And I feel like it's either these boys are really immature and they just don't understand what's going on, or they're just too frustrated to even, think about what other has to say. They are just too worried about their own problem.
Yeah. People like people want to make a point, I guess, out of everything, kind of like what do you call it? Someone could say anything, and a person like people want okay, people want to feel like people want to have a feeling of power, basically.
Yeah,
Like they want to
feel
they
relevant.
feel like they're making an impact,
Yes,
regardless of what the impact is. You know, and
it's
it's like people don't want to follow; they want to lead. I feel like that's the thing. Like people don't want to people don't want to allow. Okay, it's like what do you call it? How do you explain this, man?
take your time, bro. It's cool. I'll just cut off all the things that are arms. I'll cut off the arms.
Oh my god, are you gonna cut off the part where you say you're gonna cut off?
I don't know, man. Whenever there is silent, you cut it off. That's how I do it.
The audience can't trust you now. The
Yeah,
audience can't trust you
I
now.
mean, I'm not cutting out any relevant information though. I'm just saving
Uh,
their time.
they don't know. They don't know that. You could be cutting out anything.
That's the thing. This is why I think a lot of people do it live.
Mm,
So you get no chance to really fake it. But here's the thing. In my recent podcast, the last podcast with
yeah.
Tawhid and Fatma,
Hmm.
now I'm not going to talk about what exactly we talked about, what happened, but in between there was this certain thing that we ran into,
Hmm?
and I later decided that I don't want it into the podcast, not because it
Oh.
will affect me, because I totally do not give a shit.
Hmm.
Okay, this is something I learned, I taught myself before jumping on YouTube, which is that people will
Yeah,
come at you for
people
whatever you
people
say.
will come at you for
Yeah.
sure.
Alhamdulillah, so far not, but then what is my audience? It's
Eventually,
literally,
eventually,
yeah,
right?
eventually people will come at you. So you need to learn the art of, just post and drop, forget about it.
Color. Yeah.
So, but still, there was a specific part I cut off because that would affect my friends.
Oh, wait, what is this about? Hold up, you gotta tell me later, now. What
I'll
about?
tell you later, right?
Uh,
So I simply cut that off because I can be open to their views about these topics. I can
yeah.
be open to anything that they have to give me, and
Hmm.
I'll listen to it. I'll understand. We'll move on. But I don't expect that from my audience, and this is why I just cut that off. And it's not like you know, I don't, I don't know if people are going to watch this, not watch this. But here's the thing. I like to speak about certain things and I want to
Yeah.
speak about it and I will speak about it regardless of you watching or not. So me cutting it or not cutting it should not matter to
Sure.
anyone.
Sure.
But yeah, I want to try live podcast sometime and it's fun.
It is. It is. It
It
is.
is risky kind of thing, especially for
Yeah, but
someone like
like,
me because I don't know how to
uh,
phrase my shit at all.
true, true.
I literally just get stuck in this loophole where it's like, do I want to say this? Is that how I want to say it? Nah.
In your brain, you're like, should I be saying this? But then you're already saying it, so you just go on.
Yeah, literally, this whole men thing, I don't want people to think of me as some bad
Yeah.
person because I'm not, but the way I said it, it might
When you
feel
say
like it.
it,
It just might feel like it. I'm just saying.
I hope
I'm
not. I mean,
traumatized already.
oh my god.
But it is,
Um,
man, it be like that, honestly, can't help it.
there's this like other thing. Like, okay, we're going back to the very first thing we talked about.
Yeah, yeah,
The study pressure, whatever.
yeah, yeah.
Um, there's like this. I talked to a friend today. I was video calling,
Hmm?
and she told me about like how her parents like want her to basically get a job like as soon as she finishes university
Hmm?
and pay off like and just help them out basically, right?
Yeah, yeah, I get it. That's
And she was
every
like,
brown thing.
yeah,
Every brown family thing. Nothing new.
nothing new.
Yeah,
And yeah, she was like, she's feeling like really pressured because there's a lot of expectation on her,
yeah, yeah.
and like she doesn't know what to do because like I told her this, like people think like um, just because I think maybe because our parents didn't have the chance maybe like to have the education that we had,
Yeah.
probably. So they think that, or maybe it's understood that it's very easy to find a career, right, in this modern day, but it's really not. Like even with a degree, it's very difficult to find a place to work, like especially like a good place. Like even if you're a freaking, like if you have a PhD, it
Yeah.
doesn't mean you're instantly going to go to the highest place and
Yeah.
then earn like a hell of a ton of money.
Yeah. True. True. True.
You're going to have to start small and then work your way up. It's not instant, so she was just telling me
Hmm.
like I don't know if I'll be able to do it. Like if I put everything into supporting them, then what do I have left for myself? That's what she was saying basically. And I
Um,
was like, yeah, I feel that like people, everything, teachers, parents, everyone puts a lot of pressure on people, like the children, and like, do they ever get the chance to do what they want?
I
Like,
I feel bad for the people or the children our age to if they believe that right after they finish university they'll get the job.
yeah,
I totally feel bad for them because that's not how it works.
how it works,
Have you
yeah,
not seen someone older than you ever? Is that my question? You know, like, here's the thing. My dad, he says that Atif, you should get a license as soon as possible. He will try supporting me, of course, if
mm,
he can, whenever he can, he'll try
yeah,
getting me the license.
yeah,
And he's like, you need to get license as soon as possible because the older your license, the more value it has.
yeah.
Why
You
does
told me.
it matter, man? It's because he knows that right after school or university, I'm not gonna get the kind of job I want.
Yeah, you
It
gotta start
takes
somewhere small.
it takes
It
years.
takes years, yeah.
Until that time, I might have to be a driver. I might have to be
Yeah.
working at Uber or something.
Yeah.
If I have an old license, it will help me.
Like like the person that I take my workouts from, right?
Yeah.
My guy, bless my guy. I was like he helped me like all his workouts helped me get so much into shape. After working out for more than like 1.5 years, in
Hmm.
like a month, I got crazy into shape.
Yeah.
And yeah, he started off working at McDonald's, and then one day, like he saved up enough. He got a new place, got the home gym, started it off. Like everyone has to start somewhere.
Fam.
That's like,
One of my uncles, he
yeah,
married when he was earning only 800 dirhams.
yes,
He married when he was earning 800 dirhams. And okay, we can say that he has, mashallah, mashallah, he has four children.
yeah,
Okay. One of the daughter is married. Okay.
yeah,
And this other daughter is about to get married. Like it's
yeah.
her age that, when they start finding the boy and all of that.
Mm,
Here's the thing, he started off at 800 and now, mashallah, he can support his family.
mm.
So, but I have noticed that a lot in our generation, or like people who are just a bit older than us, they do not have that mentality. If they don't see a job that pays more than 3,000 dirhams, they don't
I won't
look
take
at
it.
it. Bro, you need to get it. You need to start even if you're earning 1,000 dirhams.
You gotta start, yeah.
You have to start, fam. That is literally how you do it. You cannot just be like, oh my god, I got a PhD. This means I'm eligible for being a CEO. No, fam.
I mean, like you can work and then look for a better place while you're working. Like you don't
Yeah,
have to. Yeah.
literally
Always
that.
have like income. Like it won't hurt you to have an income while you're looking for more work.
Yeah.
Our teacher, who's that? I think Sir Kudra or Sir Percy, one of them. Um, they told it was ethnic day, I think,
Hmm.
and I was with Ishwari. Like he was talking to us, and he was like, he's working here, and he's doing like data management or something else,
Hmm.
and he's basically working here until he has enough to like fully support that career.
Yeah, yeah, I
So
get
he's
it.
basically juggling two at once, but he's working here so he can build his way up to the one that he wants. And
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's the mentality you need to have. Like you need to start somewhere and then work your way to what you want.
Yeah, that's the thing. People don't understand. Life is cruel in that way, man. I've seen these 25 years old, and they're like, I'm looking for a job, and I'm like, bro, what job? Anything that pays.
Yeah,
Because they understood it late, but they understood that, okay, I need to get it going, because at this point, if I ask my dad for money, I feel like a bitch.
yeah,
And that's
definitely.
true. Yeah, you know what? After, I don't believe in asking for money after you reach a certain age,
Yeah,
and it really just, you could call ego big, because you a lot of people be like, it's your parents, man, they should be supporting you, blah blah blah.
hell no. Listen, hell no. Leave it, man.
Yeah.
The thing is, as long as they're supporting you, you're basically in their control.
Yeah.
That's what I think, at least.
No, not necessarily.
Not in control, but like, you feel that kind of,
Authority.
you feel indebted to them,
Mm-hmm.
like, the thing is like, like for instance, if you live with them, if you live under their roof, if they pay your bills and they pay for your food,
Yeah.
you have no right to say no to them.
Yeah, true, true, true.
You know, if they support you in any way, you can't say no to them. They're supporting you. Like they have that kind. Like you need to have that level of respect for them. But if you move out, you're in your own place. You pay your own bills. You have your own set of work. They don't support you in any way. Then if they make a decision on your life, you can say no to them.
Nah, okay, here's the thing. Here's how I look at it, at least, okay? So, till you are 18,
Hmm.
okay, 18 is, why I'm saying 18, because 18 is the legal age at this,
Yeah,
in
yeah,
this point in time. It may change
yeah.
in future because evolution, man. Shit happens. I'm just saying, don't get me into that debate, because it might sound very fucking weird if I
Yeah,
start
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about it. Anyway, so I feel like up till you're 18, your baseline should be your dad and your mom
Hmm.
giving you all that you need. Not
Yeah,
want, but you
yeah.
need.
What you
You
need.
need a computer for studies, you need the tuition fee, you need food. That should be given.
Yeah.
Also,
That's responsible.
you know, that's, you call it street smart in a way, that you need to
Yeah.
understand how life works. You need to learn how to change the tires of your car. You need to learn how
Mm.
to, bargain with people. These are the skill sets you need. Until you are 18, you need this. And since your parents took the decision to have you in this world, man, if I had the choice, I would be a pigeon. I'm just saying, just so that I could shit on bald heads or something. Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
honestly.
hell imagine. But
Yeah.
yeah,
So I didn't choose to be Atif. I could have
true.
been a pigeon.
True. Yeah.
Anyway, so until I'm
It's their
18,
responsibility until you're 18.
yeah, shouldn't have any specific responsibility. But life's a bitch. People get responsibilities. That's good
Yeah.
actually, because they mature faster. They learn about things faster than others.
Yeah.
But up till 18, you shouldn't have such responsibilities. Your parents should support you. But after 18, man, it's just also your dignity. Like, do you
Yeah.
really think
It's
it's cool to
ridiculous.
ask your parents
Yeah.
for money? Like,
Yikes.
Papa, I need
I
to
could
buy this
never.
car, but
I
please,
could
this
never
phone.
ask anyone for money, honestly. Unless like, it was like a really urgent situation. Like,
Yeah,
let's say I need to take a freaking taxi home and I have no money.
yeah, yeah,
I have to ask. I have no choice. Right?
yeah.
Other than that, like I could never go to like a friend or a family member and be like, "Yo, can you lend me some money?" I could never, just because my dignity. I could not.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, man. After the age of 15, I stopped asking my dad for money for things that I want. I've
Yeah,
only asked for money for the things I need.
I need. Yeah,
Or you could say, okay, there are times when I ask for money I want. It's not like I'm a perfect child,
yeah, yeah.
but I try my best to not ask for money
Not.
for
Yeah.
things that I want. And as soon as I feel like I feel this pressure on me that when I'm reaching 18, it should cut off to zero.
Mm,
And you know how you said that when you're earning by yourself and you don't have your parents providing for you, so you
yeah.
have that level of that aukat in Urdu we say.
Okay.
Okay, I'll tell you something cool about this aukat thing.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
so when you have that aukat at that time, fam, it makes me laugh because this specific word is too close to me right now.
Tell me about it.
So you know, when you have the Rokat, your parents cannot say anything to you. But I feel like even when you start earning by yourself, you need to provide for your parents, though, and not say that since you provide for them, they have to listen to you.
No, no, no. I don't mean like that. I mean like,
Yeah,
okay, let's say you can provide for them and like support them. You know, like that. That's just part of being family, right? Whatever.
yeah,
If I'm what do you call it? Uh, let's say okay, I'm living by myself. Okay, let's say I'm living by myself. I earn my own keep, blah blah blah. Like I'm not related to them in any financial way or
yeah,
in any kind of I support them, whatever.
hmm,
Okay. At that point, they don't get to come to me and say, you can't do this or you
yeah.
can't do that.
I get it.
You don't have the right anymore. Okay, I'm not living with you. You're not giving me anything. I
Hmm.
don't have the obligation to listen to you anymore. I'm my own person. It's not your business. That's what my mindset at least.
Um,
But
the
but
way you put it, it feels disrespect 100.
disrespect. Yeah, I know. But it's like the thing is, it isn't. It isn't.
Yeah, I get
We're
it.
our own
It's not.
person.
It's not. I get it.
Like what do you call it? But let's say I'm living with them. I'm living with them. They support me. Blah blah blah. Even though I'm my own person,
Yeah,
they are providing for me,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
I'm living off of them,
yeah.
so they have a right to tell me what I can and can't do under their roof. You know.
Yes.
So like that's one thing. Like even honestly, even if I can't really go to a really good place, that's why I really want to move out because I want to have that independence. Because it's really like it's really it's really weird like not being able to make your own decisions and having to like
Live
having to
life.
kind of hold yourself back.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, like, here's the thing. Uh, even my dad's dad, dad, who the fuck? Even my dad
I
says,
did.
even my dad says this, that you need to have a bachelor life at least for 2 years or something.
Mm,
You need to have that just to understand that you need to learn to live alone first.
yeah.
And it's not necessarily because, oh, so now you're independent, you can make your own decisions. It's because when you make those decisions and you get to rock bottom, that's when you learn.
That's when you learn. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if I make a decision of lending this person the money and I shouldn't have trusted him, I hit rock bottom. I learned, okay, next time look at people whom you're trusting.
Yeah.
Because my dad has gone through a lot of shit with money, at least that's what I've seen,
Yeah.
and this is one reason why I don't like asking for money. It's just
Yeah.
that in past he trusted the wrong people, and that really fucked things up.
Yeah.
So, just getting out there, living by your own rules, even if it's for like 2 years, 4 years, you need to have that specific amount of time with yourself and,
Mm.
just explore you, understand what's up, understand what's not, you know. And you know what? I think even Islam supports this message. I'm not 100% sure. If you could Google this, please do it. But
Okay.
I'm. It's like even in Islam, there's a sunnah that a child should move out after a certain amount of time, but
Oh.
provided he supports his family, because his parents supported him throughout his lifetime. And I mean,
Yeah.
like, even if you could say that, fam, I earned myself, I don't need you anymore.
Yeah.
I think it's really just bad to not support your parents, man. They
Mm.
literally gave you all that you needed, at least. I feel
Yeah.
like I'll have to support my parents even if I, don't like it, whatever, whatever. I
Yeah.
think there's this specific, again, dignity that I think I
Yeah.
should be supporting my parents, man.
Yeah.
They sacrificed their life for me.
This is like okay. I'll get okay. Two things. So one, this is like okay, this is like a family thing. Okay, but like
Yeah,
uh my uncles and stuff and aunts, I guess, I don't know.
mm,
Anyways, my extended family, right?
yeah,
My parents support them a lot just
mm,
because they are family.
yeah,
And like I don't like it honestly because it's a lot of money. Honestly, like it's a lot of money, and we're not
yeah,
in the like we're not like super rich, right?
yeah.
We're living like on the edge, and
Everyone's in QE,
yeah,
that's life.
and my okay my parents send money to their parents, right? That's fine,
Yeah,
but they also send money to like other people, and I'm like you kind of have to. I know it's your obligation, like their family,
mm,
but you kind of have to look at where you're at as well. I don't know. Like, maybe I'm selfish, but like I just don't like it when they do that.
yeah,
Parents I understand. Parents I understand. Okay,
mm.
but like other people, it's like it's like and it makes me feel weird that they don't like consider like the state that they're in, and they choose to put family over everything. Like
It
I
comes
don't
back
like
to
that
the
idea.
culture, man. It comes back to
Yeah,
the culture.
culture.
It's like, okay, so my parents also support, family back in Pakistan,
Yeah,
and even though a lot of, I don't mind it because I understand that in the time they have been through, and
yeah.
everything, when they were children, they were taught that, man. I mean, to a certain point, it's true. When you have nothing, the only thing that's left with you is your family. Even if it's an abusive family, that's all
Mm.
literally that's left for you.
Okay, maybe not abusive. That's kind of yikes.
Yeah, that's yikes, but like in general, the point is that whatever happens, your family is there by the end of the day. For the most part, for not everyone,
Yeah,
okay, I
for the
get
most
it. Not
part.
everyone has the same situation.
I don't like these like family things to be honest. Like I kind of want to decide who my family is. Like I don't really
Uh,
wanna like I mean we can say this, right? We say this, but to be honest, realistically, like your family could abandon you at any time. It's
yeah,
not like a
yeah,
guaranteed thing.
true, true. At this point in time, I know it will. But if you were to take me like, let's say 20 years back, 30 years back, and say this, I would
Yeah.
not necessarily believe in that, because a lot of times, even if you were going through something, blah blah blah, even if your family did not support you as
Hmm.
much as you needed, by the end of the day they would still be there.
Hmm.
Even your cousin or something, he would feel this obligation that he needs to be there for you. And
Hmm.
at this point in time, of course, it's different. I don't think that, even with my own personal cousins, even though we have an amazing great bond,
Yeah.
I don't think that after 10 years it would all be the kind of bond we have, or the kind of bond our parents had,
Hmm.
because things will happen, life will
Yeah.
take us everywhere, and we will know, okay, yeah, she's my cousin, oh yeah, he's my cousin, but like, does not necessarily mean that I will be there for him every time, or he'll
Yeah.
be there for me. So, it's a culture also just evolves over time and stuff like that. But if you were to take me 10 years back and say this thing, I would be like, nah, family comes first. But now, of course, even your family to me, you, Tanveer, these specific people in my
Mm.
life, you guys are nothing less than family.
Aw. Aw,
Aw.
aw.
Which,
About this, like, I always have this thing, like, what do you call it? When I'm like with someone,
Hmm,
a friend or like a lover, a bond, and a relationship, right?
yeah,
With anyone. If I don't like when I always tell people, I like, don't do things for me because you feel like you have to do it, right?
yeah,
Like, do it if you want. If you really genuinely want to do it, then do it. Like, don't do something because you want to earn my favor, or like you want to look good or something like that. Like, if you feel forced, like if you do it with hesitation, kind of,
hmm,
or you feel an obligation, then I don't want it because I don't think that's genuine, right?
yeah,
And the same with family. The thing I was like thought about is they feel an obligation, right? Your brother or sister, you could have any kind of bond, right?
yeah,
It could be a bad one,
hmm,
but they'll feel obligated because they're your family, right?
yeah, yeah,
They'll help you out, but they feel obligated to it. Like they're doing it because you're family,
yeah,
right? And is that even like when you think about it, is that even genuinely a bond? Like they're doing it because you were born in the family, and the idea is that you had to support them. But if
yeah,
you support a friend, you're supporting them because of the experiences you had, blah blah blah. And I think that's a genuine bond. But if you're supporting someone just because they're family and you don't even freaking know them,
yeah.
that's like, is that even a real thing? That's not really real.
It's
You're
not
just
real, but here's the thing. A lot of things in life, they're not just real things, but you have to live by it.
sure.
That's like, when I said that in the starting, when I said that marriage is the fine line between a relationship and a marriage is the partnership, the teamwork. I don't expect, a husband and wife to love each other after, let's say, like 20 years of marriage.
Mm.
Okay, after that, you have run out of things to say, man. What do you want to say? You know that person inside out. You know what that person thinks. So, like when I see my parents, it's not necessarily, that love that keeps them.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm not saying that they don't love each other, no. But I'm not saying that that is the main thing, that is the priority that keeps them.
Mm.
Okay. So, this whole marriage thing, that's a partnership. And if you can go take off like good 20 years after that, it's like even if it's not love, you do it for the children, you do it for whatever other reasons, but it
Mm.
does not necessarily have to be love. And I think that's the kind of mentality that our parents or their parents had with the whole family thing. That fam, like, here's the thing. um so this whole thing comes back to the caveman vibe, the tribal vibe. It's like that person is a part of my tribe. If I won't support him, who will protect the family? Who will help me hunt?
Mm.
So it's just a good trade, given back kind of thing. I support you now does not necessarily mean that I need your support the next day, but when I need it, I know that whatever happens, this person, at least he's from my tribe. He will be there.
Mm.
He cannot back off then.
Well, I mean, he could not be there as well.
He
He
could not
can.
be there. That's, traitor. You were not of our tribe. You did this to us. But does not necessarily happen. Does not happen usually. But like, I think that's how I put it. That a lot of
I don't know
things.
if it's like if I if it's like what I saw growing up, or like like I just told you, like my parents support them, right? But
Yeah,
they don't necessarily like them the most, right? I hear them talking shit about them all the time. But
yeah,
like they still support them. And,
yeah.
like I don't know if it's that, like, or just the things that I've seen like in my family happen,
Hmm.
that I don't really trust the family bond.
Yeah,
I really don't really like. I don't like to glorify it. Like that's why I hate these like family sayings. Like at the end of the day, it's every man for himself. You
yeah,
never know. They
yeah,
could have bad at any point. Like I don't really believe in that shit. Maybe it's just the way that I was brought up. I don't know. But
yeah.
I don't believe in this shit.
Honestly,
I
we
believe
are.
in like experiences, like a bond. Like I we've known each other for a few years, and
Yeah,
maybe inshallah, we'll know each other for years to come.
inshallah.
If yeah, because of those memories, because of those bonds, I will always be there for you.
Yeah.
Right? Trust. Right? I'm not gonna freaking abandon you at any point.
Mm.
That's because we've been through things together. We
Aww.
would talk. Shut up. Ah, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. we've had those experiences, we've had the bond.
Mm.
Like that's why, like it's it's just a different vibe for me. This is how I think. This is how I think.
Yeah,
I
I
know some
understand.
people feel different.
I understand, man. I understand. I totally do. Here's the thing. Even I have had those, experience with the family, the good ones, the bad ones, the family politics. That's like worse than office politics, honestly. Office politics that stays in the office.
Yeah,
Family politics, it stays with you throughout your life, man. That's like shit fucks with your
true.
mind and stuff like that. But and I used to think the way you do before, but
Mm,
I don't know, man. Now at this point in time, I've just come to this whole realization and acceptance of a lot of ideas that I did not accept back then.
yeah,
Okay, like I think maybe because I understand where they come from,
yeah, true.
that
Maybe.
helps me understand, or maybe because I see myself standing in those places sometimes.
Mm,
But whatever it is, regardless of how it goes, I just know that these specific values, they really meant something.
yeah.
Like it's similar to the saying, that back in the day people would have more children, so there could be more people in the farm, more people for the economy, the fair. And I think this is literally why the boy was like a big thing, because if it's a boy he can work and support the family, but if
Mm,
it's a girl, then the whole thing comes in that nah, you cannot, blah 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 blah. And the girl would be looked at as a burden and shit. But
mm,
they did not really care about the child. They care about who could support the family,
yeah.
even though it was blood.
Yep.
Yes, of course, now it is your blood. You have to take care of them. But if it were a boy blood, it would mean more to them. So
Yeah.
did they really care about it? No, they did not. They just wanted someone for the labor.
Pretty
So
much.
I understand where it roots from, and everything. I just think that everything has its own advantages and disadvantages. So even though these are a lot of ideas which are so toxic, which are not really good to
Mm,
look at or accept, I just
yeah.
know that when they were there, or even if they are there, there are advantages to it. This is why they are there, man. It's not just
Mm.
because, oh my god, this idea needs to be taken throughout decades and centuries.
So it's kind of weird how like so you're like your parents and their children, like all of you guys, you're a family, right?
Hmm?
But your parents weren't originally family, technically,
Yeah, yeah.
right? I find it I kind of find it weird how like it's like family is like so stressed, but finding your own family isn't. Like technically, you create a family with
Yeah.
someone who isn't your family, right? Technically,
Hmm.
you create a new family. That is literally what people do. You create your own family, but like it's so underappreciated. I think like creating your own family is underappreciated,
Hmm.
and more into preserving the one that you already have, even though technically the one that you create is more important to you.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
true, true, true. But you
Like,
know what? Well, cousin marriages is a thing in our country.
never mind. I take it back. I take it back. I take it back. Never mind. Well, never mind. Well, my theory has been debunked. Never mind. It Mythbusters. Mythbusters. It's already done.
But I mean,
Yeah.
like I mean, like as time passes by, more people are being concerned and aware about how cousin marriages is not a good thing.
Hmm.
Okay.
Bilal? Sorry, 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 sorry.
I'll have to cut out the name. Will I? Will I
Mm.
cut it out? I don't know.
Will you? No.
Anyway, anyway, so since the awareness has is being created that it shouldn't be cousin marriages, and it should be it's better if it's from outside, right?
Yeah.
So awareness is being created, so I can see that in next 20 years, at least it will take 20 years, I can say that we'll have more people in our countries who will prefer outside rather than in
Inside.
within family.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, man. People just did not so you see, okay, at least in Karachi, this is what I know,
Okay.
that there have been a time where you could not trust your neighbor. Okay,
Oh shit.
you could not trust your neighbor with
Yeah,
anything. He
understand.
could be some terrorist and you could do whatever to you, so you wouldn't really
Mm.
trust him, right? So this made the fathers to choose someone from their own family
Yeah.
and be like, alright, you know what, this guy is good for you because he's from family. We know him, we know how he is, and they just, that's how they would give their hands
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
daughter.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Here's the thing, even okay, so cousin marriages kind of thing, there's also this whole science that okay, if this is if it's your first cousin, there's more chance of child being like this, but if it's your second cousin, there's less chance if it's your third cousin and all of that.
Yeah, makes
So
sense. Closer you are to your,
yeah, so it's like, if it's the further it is, but if it's in your family, you should go for it a lot of time, it is something they believe in. So
go for it, boy. Go for it.
I mean, like,
Go get that. Go
I mean,
get that
it's just
third
because of
cousin.
the assurance or the security that, he's family. By the end of the day, it's
Mm.
family. So whatever happens, it stays in the family. Whatever does not happen, it also stays in the family.
Yeah.
So it's a very, 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 controversial kind of thing. But I understand, at least from my place or my country, that why it would be like this. And I think that's the case for anywhere in the world. If there
Mm.
is cousin marriages or if there is,
Yeah.
inter-family marriages kind of thing, it's usually because the people cannot be trusted that easily. So
Yeah.
you need
They
to.
just just resort to something within the family.
So, so I totally understand. Not that I support it, but fam, I realized that throughout this podcast, I've
Yeah.
been the one who sounds like, the person literally, misogynistic,
The evil one.
sexist, all for the culture, the bad
All
things.
for the culture.
No, fam, I just understand where it all comes from. I think I've accepted a lot of that.
I
Like,
think I
okay,
just know how to make things sound nice. That's
maybe, maybe, maybe.
why.
This is why we need Tanvir in the podcast. He makes it sound
True.
neutral. He makes it
He's
sound
balanced,
so
Like
neutral.
you have my side, we have your extreme side, and then we have Tanvir
I
dead
don't
center.
I don't take sides, man. I just go with the flow.
Ah,
It's just that
yeah, sure, sure.
I
That's
accept.
what
I
they all
understand where it
say.
comes from.
That's what they all say.
Yeah, yeah, they all say that, but my actions speak for me, man. My actions speak for
Where I'm not seeing any actions. I'm only seeing words.
me. You're literally seeing a circle that's
You are
speaking right
moving.
now. Okay, shut up.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It'd be like that, man. But I'm just saying, I have to stress on it because I think I've said things now which I
Yeah.
have to be like clarify that, fam. Look, this is not
This
what I
actually
meant.
brings back to the skill sets we talked about. I think the art of persuasion is a really good skill, like
Hmm.
a really important skill that you need to have. Like being able to like persuade someone is probably one of the most important things
Uh, you
that
know,
you'll ever.
you know how they say that to get into a good job, you don't necessarily need a degree. You need a lot of good soft skills as well.
Yeah. I
These
mean,
are
if
the
you're a
soft
smooth
skills.
talker, you could do whatever you want.
Yeah, to communicate, man. Communicate.
Communicate.
Yo, my cousin, right? Okay, so he was like, now
Whatever.
this is how he told me the story. The art of persuasion, if you really want to get into that, fam. So basically, what he did, he went with his friend to this industrial site, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and this completely industrial site, the thing is that there was a female dog they, followed for like an hour or so just to see where she lives, okay?
Hmm.
They do that, they find out that the female dog has birthed to a lot of, puppies.
Puppies. Hmm.
What they do is they stole one of the puppy from there.
What?
Like,
Okay, just randomly.
okay, they nah, fam. This is where it gets cool.
Oh no! What do you
So
mean cool? Okay.
I'll tell you. This is
Okay.
art of persuasion.
Oh my god.
So they steal that puppy, and what they do is that, oh my god, my device is overheating.
Oh no 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 no
Well,
no.
turned off and screen brightness will be reduced to default until device. Okay, execute now. Wait, what do I do? I cannot pause. Okay,
Uh,
okay, wait, hold up.
abort
My
mission.
device is overheating. I need to switch off Wi-Fi. I think it needs to just shut down until. Oh, I get it. Why it's happening?
What?
Because too much stuff stored in my phone, man. Can't help it.
Oh.
I'm so sorry, man. And yeah, the fan is switched off. I get it.
Turn it on, man. Why did you
Nah,
switch it
fam, background noise. A lot of things I have
True,
to do
true,
for the
true,
podcast.
true, true,
Uh,
true.
okay, oh my god, I feel nice. The air letting the air in. Oh my god.
Nice.
I'm burning here, man, just for
I don't see
podcast.
the fan, so I think it should be fine.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, so what he did was he gets that puppy.
Hmm?
Okay, he takes it home. He cleans that puppy. After cleaning it, he goes to Sharjah pet shop, makes a fucking
Oh my
passport. Okay,
god.
because
No way.
they have passports, bro.
It's
Animals, more human rights, man.
more
So,
human.
so he makes the passport. Later on, late at night, not late at night, but like later at night in the evening, he goes to a specific place for where people come for walking and stuff. These are
Yeah.
all the Jumeirah places. He goes there. He has this puppy, and he's just walking it, and he sees a woman who's also having a puppy, and
Oh,
he takes it to her, and he's like, "So this is the new pup." He just says that she's like, "Oh my god, this is such a cute puppy," blah blah blah. So he's like,
no way.
"So the mother of this puppy died while giving birth to him,
Wait.
and we don't know who the dad is."
Oh my god.
So we cannot take care of him. So would you be so kind to just adopt him? And that woman loses it. She's like, "Oh my god, this is such a cute baby," and all of that. And she just
Oh.
loses it. And she literally, so they go to, then and there, they go to the pet shop. She gives her Emirates ID and all of that.
Yeah?
She buys that puppy. She's like, "Yeah,
Oh
this
my
puppy is
god.
mine now." And when she asks, "What breed is this?"
Yeah?
My cousin was like, "It's a blackjack."
What's a blackjack?
We don't know.
We don't know.
He didn't know. He does not know the names of puppies. He does not know what a husky is. He just goes like, "It's a blackjack,"
What the fuck is a blackjack?
and it worked. He sold it for 1,000 dirhams.
Oh no.
Yeah,
What the
yo, yo. I'm just saying, if
man?
you have
He's
these
hustling
skills,
for real. He's hustling
persuasion
for real.
skills, stuff like that.
Crazy.
Yo, he told me another crazy story. So basically, this is what happened. He goes
Okay.
to a job interview in
Okay.
Pakistan. Okay. Now they're talking, this interview, it goes smooth and all of that. So now they're
Mhm.
talking money, they're talking the freaking salary and shit.
Yeah.
So he goes like, "You see this hand of mine?" This he shows his palm. He's like, "You see this hand of mine?" He's like, "Yeah." He goes like, "This hand has held dirhams. It has held German money. I don't know what's it called, but the
Yes. Yeah.
German money, the Swiss money, it has held ringgit, which is like Thailand and
Mhm.
all of that. Do you really think it'll settle for this much rupees?"
Oof.
He says that, and he's like, "Do you understand what I mean?" And the person who's interviewed is like, "Yeah, yeah, I understand." He's like, "So, do you really think that much money would convince me?" And that's how
And
he
then?
fucking talks to the fucking person who is taking
Oh
interview.
my god.
Yo, if you want to talk soft skills, he is the man.
Bruh. I aspire to be that. Like, I mean, yeah, having like that confident attitude, like you need to be able to be that way, honestly.
Yeah,
You can't be like really soft spoken. Like, it's not
yeah.
very useful.
I
I
can
mean, if
expect,
you can't help it, then it's understandable, but
yeah,
like,
I can expect
it's a good skill
Tanveer
to
to
have.
pull off things like that,
True.
but not in a way he did, like blackjack kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't
In
think
other
Tanveer
ways.
would go there, but like at the same time, I know that if required, Tanveer can do it.
Yeah, he has a very like control, like very powerful aura in a room.
Yeah, he's
Like
like when
he
he's
has
speaking.
presence. He has presence.
Yeah, when he's speaking, people listen.
Yeah.
That's the thing. So he can pull it off. But there's so many people in our school, man. I don't think anyone can pull off such thing. I
Dude,
feel
the only thing I can think of is I don't know if you remember, um, when we were in class, right?
okay.
And we were in the girls' room. This was before like COVID and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like me and Ishwari used to sit in like the corner, right?
Yeah.
And Tanvir, you and Tanvir were here,
Okay.
and then Ishwari acted really pissed,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then Tanvir got scared, and he was like, I don't know, he was like getting worried,
Yeah.
and then Ishmael just laughed it off. And then like basically like she acted so poker faced and like so different, and then instantly switched. I'm like, bro, honestly, she's too good at acting. Like it's kind of crazy. Like the
Yo,
way she can like put like a poker face, it's insane. I don't
yo,
know
I am scared of that poker face. I'm just
how.
saying.
Bro,
I
it's
shat my pants the first time I
crazy,
saw
bro.
her, and it was
Crazy.
like we were talking about the community service, and me and then we were kind of lost. We were like, "What do we do?" She pulls up. She's like, "Tell me, you have this paper with that poker face. You have this paper." And I'm just looking from the side. She's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah. You just need to sign it here. You need to go there. That's all." And I'm just looking from the side. I'm like, "Bro, I don't want to be close to this person. That person is scary, man. I don't want to be." Yo.
Man.
I aspire to have a poker face like that. You know why? Because
Same.
people
I
look
can't.
at me, they think crackhead.
Dude, I just laugh all the time. So
You know, even when they look at you, people be like, yeah, cool boy, innocent bacha,
cool boy.
innocent boy. People
Anything.
look at me, they go crackhead. This is what a crackhead looks like.
I think it's because of your hair. Because your hair is like really messy.
My hair is messy, and my whole personality revolves around just screaming and laughing.
Screaming. I mean, honestly, that's yeah. You could catch us all like that.
Yeah, it's like the person. I don't know, man. This person I was being really nice to, and I was like, I told her, it's cool, blah 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 blah. And then I just started doing my thing. Not to her, but in general, I was just, just walked away with my own crackhead vibe.
Hmm.
She tells my best friend that who the fuck is this crackhead? And I'm
Oh
like,
my,
I was nice to her 2 minutes ago, and this is what she says. So I'm just like, what do other people think of me?
true. You always
Uh,
had like yeah. I never really think of it, but like I wonder what other people think of us. Like
ma-
random people that we don't really interact with.
Man,
Like they
I
see us
just know
being
it's not always a good thing because I
yeah.
mean I've
Obviously.
been there with that whole bully thing.
Hmm.
So I just know that it's not always a good thing that they think of us. Others don't pay any mind, but people do give a shit. I've noticed
People
that.
do, yeah. Yeah.
They look at this friendship you and I and Tanveer have, and they really shit their pants. I've seen that.
We're always messing around and shit. Like
Yeah,
people had to think something of it.
yeah. Uh,
Nah,
I think we should wrap it up now. It's been like
yeah, true. It's been a while. Okay, so
it's
let's say like 40, 40, 80, 15, like
it's a
95,
fucking 1 hour and 40-minute long
1 hour
podcast,
and 40
man.
minutes. Yeah, sure.
But I think I'll have to edit a few things, like all the silent
So
parts
yeah,
will
it'll
be
be a
there.
bit less. It'll be a bit less.
Yeah, it'll be a bit less. And my phone overheated, man. I switched it off.
Oh shit. So you have the backup, right? Still.
Yeah, this OBS is the backup.
No problem. No problem. No problem.
Anyway, so that's
Yeah,
all,
man.
folks.
That's all,
I
folks.
I hope you enjoyed this conversation where I sound like some. I just feel bad, man. Like the
You
way I
sound like
put
the bad guy here. You sound like the bad
the way I put things, even though didn't intend anything wrong, I just know that a lot of time it just sounds wrong.
I just put things in the way people want to hear it.
Man,
I'm telling you, it's a skill. It's a skill. I'm just too
it's
good.
a skill, but yeah, I've learned from Abba and Preach that you don't have to be that way.
Yeah, obviously
You
not.
have to be real about it. But
Oh,
you have to make
I'm being
sense,
real.
man.
I'm being real.
You have to make sense out of it. I wasn't making sense out of it. I was just saying it.
Mm, true,
But at the
true.
same time, I know that it's not really something wrong that I said. If I said
Yeah,
anything wrong, put that out and I will talk about it.
yeah, true, true, true.
People
Just
won't
yeah,
even watch this long. Okay, I'm just saying.
true. They won't. They won't. They'll never hear this message at the end.
I'll have to put it in the trailer, man.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll make reels, I'll make trailer, and in that I'll include all of this.
bloopers.
Yeah,
Not really bloopers, but
I'm a good
yeah, we
one.
gotta do it live, man. Live is best.
Yeah, I mean, I think I need a specific amount of audience to really go live. I think
Yeah, true.
10,000 subscribers.
Yeah, yeah.
That sounds like a good number for live.
Then at least you'll have like at least 1,000. At least, at
At
least.
least, yeah, when you have 10,000 subscribers, at least you have 1,000 people watching you.
Yeah,
Not thousand, that too 500.
yeah. But it's a fair amount. 500
Yeah,
is still
it's
a
a
lot of.
fair amount. 500 is enough.
Yeah,
That audience is good.
yeah.
Honestly, yeah, I think I'm just gonna extend it more now. The fame thing. Fame. Literally, it's like, here's the thing. I have been an introvert for almost all of my life,
Jeez.
okay? And even though I may look like an extrovert to a lot of people,
You're really not.
I'm not.
You're a pussy.
Nobody knows shit about me. People people come to me and they say, Atif, I really did not think you do this, but you this. You're such a fucking, you know, deceiving person. We never thought of.
Deceiving person.
Yeah, like Chupa Rustam. In Urdu, we say Chupa Rustam, which is like hidden, something, I don't know, talented person, blah, blah, blah. So
Yeah.
people come to me, they're like, Adif, we did not think you do this, or you have this specific set of talents.
Oh,
Because you don't know shit about me, man.
yeah. Basically, yeah.
Yeah,
How
basically
would you
that.
know anyway? You don't know me.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I make it so normal for people to judge me. It's like people look at me, they're like, yeah, this is that kind of person. But when they see the real me, it's a total opposite
Oh,
and shit like that.
turn around, baby.
It's it's not that I try to put on two personalities. It's just that
Yes, yes, yeah.
there is just so much that you don't know.
Yeah, it's just your outside image, like people.
Yeah.
People judge, People judge from just one look.
So yeah, the whole fame thing, it scares me that I don't want to be so famous that it gets hard for me to get out of the house. But at the
Mm.
same time, I think an audience, let's say on YouTube, if you have like 100,000 subscribers, let's just say that
Yeah.
below 500,000, it's bliss,
Mm.
it's blissful.
Yeah.
I don't think any YouTuber who's famous right now, not any, but most of the YouTubers who are famous right now would want anything more than a 500,000
Mm.
because they know that with fame comes a lot of price to
A
pay,
lot of
and their
troubles.
price is the privacy.
Yeah.
So it's really just messed up.
True.
I want to leave a legacy behind me. A legacy.
You will, bro. Trust you will. I believe.
You
I
believe.
believe.
That's why you family, bro. That's why you
Yeah.
family.
I'm saying.
Alright, man. Let's wrap this
Yeah.
up.
Let's wrap it up. We
Alright.
always find something to continue about.
Yeah, that's the best part about our conversations.